the bend that way. Because you know, you could be driving so fast, and if you don't recognize the sign, you're going 80 and you fly over there in the ditch. And that happens quite often. When people end up in the ditch, they don't know how they got there. It's because they're not paying attention. You just have to take your eyes off the road for like a half a second, and you'll notice that your car will drift. You take it off for 2 seconds, anything could happen then. Okay, so the rain stopped, eh? Alright, so the car is not coughing, so it did not get a cold. Oh boy. Well, it simply means that I'm gonna have to wash this car, because the rain is gonna cause water to splash up on the underside and on the side of the car, and I have to keep this car clean. I don't want it rusting out just yet. I have to kill my other driving school car before I use this one. And that car, it's a 2010 Hyundai Sonata. It still runs and has the same power as when I bought it, 14 years ago. It has not lost power. And it has 705,000 kilometers an hour. I was gonna say 705,000 kilometers an hour. No, 705,000 kilometers. And it runs, it starts first time, it doesn't skip a beat. And again, it's a 2010 Hyundai Sonata limited edition. It's loaded, it's got everything. That's why I keep it, because I drive it every day. I only took this car out because I know I'm gonna park it for the winter in Canada. So I want to use up the gasoline in this car. By the way, this is what happens, what you should know about your car. If you're gonna park it for the winter, you don't just put a little gas in there and park it. That could do a lot of damage to the car. What you need to do is, before you store it, you go to the gas station and fill it up until it clicks off automatically at the pump. And then you buy what's called gasoline stabilizer. You only need about an ounce, and it will treat the full tank of gas so that in the spring, when you're ready to drive the car, you won't have the car giving you trouble. So what I'm doing now, I'm using the car. Maybe it's the last time for this year. Then I'll wash it, drive it so it blows out all the water in the crevices, and then I'll park it. What I'll also do is, since I know I'm not going to be using the car for a few months, I will disconnect the battery terminals, not just the negative. You want to disconnect the negative and the positive, and maybe put something around your the battery to keep it warm, because your garage could be very cold. Well, last winter, that's what I did. You know, that was the first winter I parked the car, and I didn't put anything over the battery, but I could. And then in the spring, I just hooked up the battery, touched the button, and away we went. So that helps to preserve your car. You have to know what to do so your car lasts longer. Okay, there's another yellow sign with the arrow pointed to the right, so it means I'm going around a bend. Oh man, I'm doing 97 in an 80 zone, my goodness. It really runs smoothly, this car. Like I said, it's a 2010 2024 Hyundai Sonata. It's got 191 horses under the hood. But it's pretty quick. Now my old 2010 Sonata, it's got 249 horses. And that thing still lays rubber. You making a turn and you can squeal all the way down the road. But of course, I don't abuse my car. But sometimes I just feel good, and I'll just, you know, have what, 5 seconds of fun. You know, it's still got the power. So I have no complaints with Sonatas or Hyundai cars, because this is my second one, and basically they're like trouble-free. Now in the years of, well, I've taught driving for over 37 years, and I've owned multiple, I think I've owned like 12 brand new cars. Like, I don't buy used cars, I buy them brand new, that way I don't have problems. And this is car number 13. But I find that the other brands, and I won't name them, they're nothing but trouble. They just take my money. Every minute, every 5,000 kilometers, the CV axle will break, something breaks. With my old Sonata, everything is basically original. The engine, the transmission, the exhaust, well, now it's kind of noisy now, so I think I'll need a new exhaust, but in fact maybe I won't even be bothered to get a new exhaust. Check, left, right, because it, you know, with 705,000 kilometers, how long is that engine and transmission gonna last? Because they've never been touched. In fact, from the day I picked up the car from the dealer with 11 kilometers on it, it's never been back to the dealer. Never. I do my own maintenance, my own brake, my own oil changes. So if you're that kind of person, you'll save a lot of money. But I would recommend buy yourself a brand new car and feel good about life. Okay, I just don't, and I have never owned a used car. Never, never, never. I have nothing against it, it's just me. I don't like anything used, except, well, there are certain things that you get them and they're used, right? Or people that are used. No, just kidding. Anyway, when it comes to cars, it has to be brand new, because they don't get abused. When you go pick up a car that's used, people usually, especially sports car, they abuse the car, and then they sell it and it looks so darn good, and then you buy it and you buy trouble. I know that for a fact. I remember my brother bought one of these, you know, the cars with the 4 round rings on at the front. Yeah, he bought it and he had to change engines, he had to change a whole lot of things. In the end, he basically gave it away. Trouble, you know. So I don't have any problems with these Sonatas. This is number 2. Well, this one is a 6-cylinder, by the way. Not a 6-cylinder. This one is a 4-cylinder, 191 horses. The other one is a 6-cylinder and 249 horses. So there's a difference. I don't know if this car is gonna last that long, but for now I'm enjoying it. I have no problems. And I got it, what, last year, August, I think, yeah. And I have 14, right at the moment it has 14,653 kilometers on it. Alright, so I can say so far no problems. It has not been back to the dealership where I bought it. They keep writing me, bring it in for service. No, I service my car myself. I change the oil and the oil filter and do my own inspections. I don't need a mechanic. I'm my own mechanic. If it's a major problem, which I've never had with any car, I've never had a major problem with a car. It's always something that I can fix. Well, no, I lied, because the axles, the CV axles that usually get broken with those other cars, I had to go to a mechanic to have it replaced. But I've never had a major, or no. Also, I had this Z24. I had to do the gasket, the head gasket went. That was an expensive job, you know. But thank goodness, I have to praise my Hyundai, because 700, and we're talking about head gasket gone like at 120,000 kilometers, right? While my Hyundai has 705,000, the old one, and it's never been touched. But it's leaking though, it's leaking oil now. But I'm not gonna do no head gasket job on it. No. It's, you know, it won't last very much longer. And then when it dies, then I put it in the scrap. Sell it for scrap. But until then, I'm saving this baby here. So I'll have a half decent car to get around with. Alright, I've got a school bus in front of me. And by the way, while driving behind another vehicle, the safe distance to follow is a minimum 3 seconds. Now you say, what does 3 seconds look like? Well, the way you can roughly figure it out is wait. In this case, I wait until the back of this bus reaches the light post and I count. 1001, 1002, 1003, I'm at the light post. That's a safe distance to be traveling. Alright, and I'm doing 85 kilometers an hour. Now the reason being, if for some reason he had to slam his brake on, for whatever reason, I would have sufficient time to stop my vehicle before slamming into the back of that vehicle. That's why sometimes you hear of these chain reaction accidents where you have 10, 20, 30, 40 cars. All it takes is one bad driver, or some situation where that driver has to stop in a hurry, and because the drivers behind, they're that close, they slam their brakes on to avoid hitting the vehicle in front, and then everybody behind, they just keep doing the same thing. 10, 20, 30, 40 cars smash up. So remember, always drive and leave the safe distance behind other vehicles. With no exception, make sure you keep your distance. Because remember, if I run into that bus, it doesn't matter what happens, it's my fault. Wow, it's starting to rain again. My poor car. Oh no. You know, when you buy a new car or you love your car, you don't even want someone to look at it hard. Never mind rain wetting your car or someone leaning on your car. Man, it makes you mad. Well, it makes me mad. When I go shopping, I make sure I park my car way out in the parking lot and walk far to get to where I'm going. I don't want to park behind other cars because they live. Some of these people, they so jealous or have bad mind, they'll actually open the door, bang into your car, then you come see your nice car with a bang in it. You know, that's why I have cameras in my car. I'll take picture of a license plate at that point when if I'm driving into a spot beside another one. I'll actually write it down. I write it down, then if I come back and I see a ding in the side of my car, I can give that information to an officer and they can track the license plate, and that's how I know who damaged my car. I don't joke with cars. You know, I love cars.